Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. It's the podcast where we watch The Muppet Christmas Carol 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Anthony Strand.
And I'm your other host, Ryan Rowe.
And who's this in the house? Who's this lurking about?
I'm Joe Hennes, and know me better, man. Ha ha ha.
Yeah! That rules!
I did it.
Joe Hennes is here talking about the Ghost of Christmas Present.
And
I do get it.
Listeners, you should see Joe's room. He is surrounded by like fruits and vegetables and meat and all kinds of just a giant banquet table.
Well, and we were supposed to.
He set all this up for this recording.
We were supposed to record last week, so it's been sitting here for the past 7 days, and it smells horrible.
Ooh.
Well, and on that topic, Joe is joining us for minutes 51 and 52 of The Muppet Christmas Carol. In these minutes, the Ghost of Christmas Present takes Scrooge to see what the deal is with this Christmas morning everyone's been talking about. So we pick up where we left off last time, with the ghost saying, "No, I'm a large absent-minded spirit."
And Scrooge laughs.
And Scrooge chuckles. That's the thing.
Scrooge is laughing at a joke.
We're going to see over this scene that Scrooge is going to lighten up a lot. And it kind of starts right
Is this
here.
the first time in the movie that he's even cracked a smile? Oh, I guess when he saw Fozzie
No, he was happy when he saw Fozzie, but even when he saw his boyhood friends, he's excited to see.
Oh, right.
He was excited to see that.
Yeah, all right.
Outside the
That's
school,
fair.
Yeah. So, he's kind of softened a little bit, but it happens a lot more in this scene, I think. Which is kind of strange now that I'm thinking about it. Because this should be the stuff he sees every year. I guess he just doesn't. He didn't notice. He didn't pay any attention.
Well, we're going to talk about that, right? That's a whole line in here.
Yeah.
In a few minutes. Or a few seconds,
right.
rather.
You're right.
Oh, just that he doesn't really pay attention to the trappings of Christmas?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Scrooge, like you said, Scrooge chuckles, and then the ghost continues, "My mind is filled with the here and now. And the now is Christmas." He just loves it.
He loves that thing.
He's such a Christmas boy, this guy. He does.
I also, you mentioned, I don't know if you talked about this last week, but, when he says, "I'm a large absent-minded spirit," and, he's so big and he's, crammed into that little room. And I just love that. I mean, obviously, we'll see throughout this entire sequence, he's this big walk-around character, like a Gorg. But to see that they kind of doubled down on it, and they're we're not only going to make him a costume character that's humongous, but we're also going to make him look like he's 3 times as big and can barely fit in this room.
Right. Well, and that's, I was going to talk about this later, but that is out of the book. In the book, they specifically say that he can change size.
That's neat.
Yeah, I've definitely seen in other adaptations that he starts out huge like this.
He's Ant-Man,
but he usually
he's Giant Man, and then he's regular Hank Pym, and then later we'll see he goes down to Ant-Man size.
That's where they got the idea for Ant-Man.
That must have been it. Stan Lee is just stealing from Dickens left and right.
Some 18th century public domain characters exist in the Marvel Universe. Dracula, Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah.
So why not the Ghost of Christmas Present?
Why not the Ghost of
That's
Christmas Present? We know, isn't Santa Claus a member of the Avengers?
Hercules is.
Well, yeah, and
Hercules
Santa has also appeared in the Marvel Universe.
Beard.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. Robin Hood was on the Avengers for a while. Sherlock Holmes was on there.
Wow. So unoriginal.
Martin Chuzzlewit was on the Avengers for a while.
Yeah, that was weird when Martin Chuzzlewit joined the Avengers.
Hey, do you guys know who is a founding member of the Avengers? Thor, a Norse god from mythology.
Yeah. Public domain.
Although I do like the idea that at some point someone could write an entire Avengers story that takes place in continuity with the Marvel Universe, made completely out of public domain characters. I kind of want to see them try
the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah. Well, there it is. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
But
Alan Moore.
Only not in Marvel continuity.
Yeah. No, Alan Moore would hate that if it was.
But Alan Moore hates everything.
He does. It's true. We should probably talk about this movie.
Anyway.
There's so many tangents I want to go on right now. But anyways, so Scrooge says that he's never met anyone else like the ghost before. And the ghost is very surprised by this. And you know why he's surprised? Because over 1,800 of his brothers have come before him. 1,800 of his brothers.
So I don't want to get too deep into theology here, but 1800, that implies, because this is 18 something, approximately 1843 when this takes place, right? So that implies that there has been a ghost of Christmas present, presumably every year since the birth of Christ. So,
right. Well, do you want to hear something? Do you want to hear something wild about that topic?
Yes, I do.
Here, let me find it. I had it written down. He says,
well, I was just going to present the question. Do you think the first ever ghost of Christmas present, this guy's first and oldest brother, appeared at the first Christmas, like in the manger, or was he there on like Jesus's first birthday, the anniversary of the first Christmas?
Well, here's even wilder than that. So in the annotated Christmas Carol by Michael Patrick Hearn, he says that the Ghost of Christmas Present says that the kindness applies to a poor one most because it needs it most. And then in a footnote, he says, Dickens originally wrote, because my eldest brother took them especially under his protection. But he dropped this reference to Jesus Christ to remove even the hint of irreverence. So apparently, at one point, Jesus himself was the original Ghost of Christmas Present.
Okay.
Now, what's interesting to this, to me,
I mean,
well,
that
it's like,
works. It might have been confusing to readers of the time, but that kind of makes sense.
Well, but what's weird is, like, I think a lot of people, I don't know if it's because of, it can't be because of this adaptation, because, like, this is kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, this is what the Ghost of Christmas Present kind of looks like in most adaptations, like the big guy with the beard.
Yeah.
So,
always.
So, like, a lot of people make that connection to Santa Claus. Like he kind of looks like Santa Claus, and I think
he does resemble Santa Claus.
And like, I don't know about you guys, I see a lot of people, like misattribute this specific character from Muppet Christmas Carol as like, oh yeah, when Santa Claus shows up, and it's like, well, it's not. He literally says his name that he's not. But okay, moving on. So like, if Jesus is the original Ghost of Christmas Present, but the Ghost of Christmas Present is also kind of Santa Claus, does that mean that Jesus Christ was Santa Claus? Did I just blow this whole thing wide open?
We'll never know for sure.
Could be.
We'll never know for sure.
Ask your religious leaders, folks, and get a definitive answer. And let us know in the comments on Twitter and Facebook. We will not read them, but you could let us know anyway.
Probably not.
Maybe you will.
We're a Muppet fan site. We don't care about such things.
Nope. But then next in this movie, Scrooge says, 1800, imagine the grocery bills, so that's a variation on a joke in the book. In the book, Scrooge says a tremendous family to provide for.
Yeah, that needed a little punch up.
Yeah, but it's Jerry Jules' punch up. And what I like about it is that he makes a point of having the ghost laugh at it.
Yeah.
Like, it's a joke Jerry Jewell wrote, and he has the ghost be like, oh, that's so funny. The screenwriter of this movie is a genius.
Although I do appreciate that, like, it helps put Scrooge in a better mood, like to be like, oh yeah, let's go on this crazy journey. Because like, if he was like, imagine the grocery bills, and the ghost was like, then like Scrooge would be like, okay, fine, I'll just stay in my place, I guess, and like he wouldn't be having a good time.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
He has a much quicker rapport with this ghost than he did with the previous ghost.
Yeah, he's just like, get out of here, kid. I don't want to see Belle. I don't want to see me sitting alone in a room.
Why do you smell like oil? That's what he said.
That's what he said. Classic Christmas Carol line. Why do you smell like oil? I actually have an ornament that says that. And then the ghost shrinks down to human size so that he and Scrooge can interact without him being a special effect anymore.
Yes, he does. And in the DVD commentary, Brian Henson says that this was just the same full-size puppet on a blue screen. They just pulled the camera back and then composited it into the shot with Michael Caine. So it looks like he's shrinking, but he's actually just getting further away from the camera. Movie magic.
That rules.
Yeah.
That's interesting, though, that like they bothered to move the camera back, because like nowadays you would just shoot it straight, and then in the editing suite you would shrink the image down. So I guess it was easier.
Just be a digital effect.
Right, yeah. So I guess it was easier for them to actually move the camera as opposed to like physically shrink whatever.
Yeah, I think that kind of effect has been around for a while, or had been around for a while at this point. Like, I'm I don't remember which Hitchcock movie it is where somebody is falling off of some tall structure and they fall and the camera sees them get smaller and smaller as they fall, but all they really did was just film somebody standing in place and move the camera up really fast.
Yeah, it's Vertigo. I can tell you off the top of my head.
I don't think it is though. I'm sure that does happen that way in Vertigo, but I'm thinking of an earlier one, like even earlier than Vertigo.
Okay. But that.
But yes, I'm sure it happens in Vertigo.
It's also like kind of the same, but kind of the reverse of an old Muppet trick. Like I remember the original Beautiful Day monster sketch, where as the monster is shrinking, it's just the puppet getting further and further back, away from the camera, which I guess is technically the same thing, and shrinking that way.
Yeah, and then it cuts to the other character and cuts back to the tiny monster.
Right. Yeah.
So that's
exactly
very, more clever camera trickery.
Wow. So the Ghost of Christmas Present is Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, and also cousins with Beautiful Day Monster.
Yeah.
And Gandalf.
And Gandalf.
Because he has a beard and a robe, and they do that kind of forced perspective trick in The Lord of the Rings all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the Ghost of Christmas Present is not a conjurer of cheap tricks.
That's true. I like when he fights Christopher Lee for a long time. So anyways, the ghost says, have you ever noticed that everything seems wonderful at Christmas? And speaking of Scrooge softening, you expect Scrooge to be all like, no, I never noticed it. Get out of my house. But what he does is Michael Caine is still kind of laughing at the 1800 Brothers thing. And he just kind of does this switch where he all of a sudden is like, in all honesty, Spirit, no. Perhaps I've never understood about Christmas. And it's just like Scrooge talking to him like a person, it's really impressive. How
he feels kind of embarrassed about it now that he doesn't understand Christmas.
Right. And Michael Caine makes that switch feel so natural.
He's very good at his job.
We talked about how good Michael Caine is in this movie.
Yeah, he's
very good at his job. That's right.
And I just love the fact that it comes out as just really, you're right, it's friendly, familiar, that they've already had this bond, but comes out so honest. He's so well, no, I'm just going to tell you how it is. I'm not going to just try to get this over with, try to learn my lesson and move on with my life because these are some scary ghosts or whatever. He's honestly, no, I never noticed. But there's this turn in that line where you could tell he's not just going, no, and what a sad sack I am. He's but I'm willing to learn. What can we do? Are you going to show me? Great, let's do it.
Right. Well, yeah. and then the ghost still wants to be his buddy too. The ghost is before this day is done, you will understand. The ghost is come out with me. I'll show you what Christmas is.
Yeah, buddy. You can go bar hopping.
It rules.
It's kind of when your friend is oh, you've never watched that TV show? Here, we have to watch the first episode together so you can watch it and understand how great it is.
Oh man, who among us hasn't done that with wait, you've never seen the John Cleese episode of the Muppet Show? Oh man, here we go. We get to do this thing together, You've never seen Muppet Christmas Carol?
I have actually done that with the John Cleese episode of the Muppet Show.
That was kind of when I was in grad school and there was this guy that I was kind of friends with, and he was you got to watch Battlestar Galactica. And then we watched the whole miniseries of Battlestar Galactica together, and I thought it was boring, and then we stopped being friends.
Oh, no.
That's true, it happened.
That was the sad version of the story.
He was he was so disappointed in me that I didn't like that boring TV show where everyone's miserable. But anyways, these guys, they do get along. They have a real bond. And you know what helps? Jerry Nelson. I mean, I know we've talked about him already, even in this role. We talked about it last week, but this is the one character in this story who I'm always kind of disappointed when it's a human, because this version is perfect. And so much of it is just how excited Jerry Nelson is to be out there talking about Christmas.
I mean, we've already said that he is reminiscent of Santa Claus, but he is so jolly.
And this. I mean, we've talked on privately or on the forum about the Topics forum about how this movie is such a tour de force for Jerry Nelson, because not only is he brilliant in this role, and he is brilliant in this role as he is for most things, but the fact that he's doing this and he does one of the Marleys, and he does Tiny Tim, and every one of these characters, and like that doesn't even count like all the minor characters, the one lines, the background singers, and whatever. And like he does them all brilliantly, and they're so different from each other. Like that guy was good at his job.
Right.
He's a regular Michael Caine of puppeteers.
He is. Well, and it's like, I mean, like we've talked about, it's impossible to imagine on paper a 58, I think it was 58. It's impossible to imagine on paper a 58-year-old man played Tiny Tim, Jacob Marley, and the Ghost of Christmas Present in the same production. And it doesn't feel like a gimmick. It doesn't feel showy. It doesn't feel like, look how versatile I am. It's just 3 different, really good, really genuine performances.
Although, how old was Rich Little when he did his? Was he older or younger than 58? Because he also did that.
He's a lot younger. He would have been, Rich Little would have been like, in 1978, he's like pushing 40.
I don't know, man.
I mean, he's still alive. He's like in his mid-80s
I don't
now.
know or care how old Rich Little is.
I mean, here's the thing about Rich Little. Let's see, he was born in 1938. So, yeah, he's like 40 that year.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask Alexa.
Yeah.
Anthony's faster than Alexa.
If you ask Alexa how old Rich Little is, she will say Rich Little is dead.
And then she'll say it in a Richard Nixon voice.
How old is Rich Little?
Rich Little is 84 years old.
Rich Little is 84 years old.
Oh, man, that would be a great little Easter egg if she answered in a celebrity impression from many, many years ago.
She goes, wow, Rich Little is 39.
She is 84.
I'm really glad that none of us went for his terrible Kermit the Frog impression.
I mean, they're all...
No, that was my impression of his Kermit the Frog impression.
But wait, yours was Jimmy Stewart, right, Ryan?
Yes.
It was Jimmy Stewart? Okay,
Yes.
I thought so. It's just one of those things where it's like, Rich Little's Jimmy Stewart doesn't sound like Jimmy Stewart.
Well.
So, like, you're doing Rich Little, you know what I mean? Like, it's like a copy of a copy that doesn't sound like the thing. So great work. You imitated Rich Little's Jimmy Stewart very well.
Thanks.
Rich Little. He's a talented
He's not
man.
in this movie, though.
He's not. But what else happens in this one? Oh, yeah. So then the Ghost of Christmas Present flings open the window, knocks our good boys Gonzo and Rizzo off the windowsill, and says, "We shall go out into the world." And what I love about it is that right before he says it, he like stops to breathe in the Christmas air.
Yeah.
He's just so excited about Christmas out there. His favorite, do you think Christmas is the only day he's alive?
Yeah.
Do you think this is his one day of life?
All signs in this segment of the movie point to yes on that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's his only purpose for being is for Christmas. So, and this one very specific
just like
Christmas.
me. Yeah. I get to do a lot of Christmases, but other than that, we're the same.
You have the same joy and excitement for Christmas.
Yes.
I want to talk for a second about this Gonzo and Rizzo because this is the only Gonzo Rizzo I see in these 2 minutes. So I got to talk about that.
That is true. You will be back with us next week, but Gonzo and Rizzo will not be back with us.
When Gonzo and Rizzo fall out, and then they have this moment where like Rizzo is not happy about the fall, and Gonzo is very entertained by having fallen because he's Gonzo. Of course he does. It occurred to me. Something that I had never really thought about before, but I think I only think about because I've been listening to this podcast, is this, by my count, and correct me if I'm wrong, this is the 4th time that Rizzo has fallen from a great height. And that I didn't recognize that as like a running gag in this movie.
Right. I don't think I had previously thought of it that way, but I did write in my notes, this kind of stuff with Gonzo and Rizzo falling is funny every time.
Yeah. But like
a lot of physical comedy.
I counted like Rizzo falls off the gate. He when they are landing in the past, they kind of fall a little bit, in front of the cat and all that. And then in the lamplighter scene with the rat, not
Rizzo
like the
falls
lamp,
into
not the
the
rat.
freezing water.
Am I forgetting one? I think that's it so far.
Well, do we count the shelf? The shelf falls over and they fall off of it.
Yeah.
In the old, Scrooge's schoolroom.
Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Yeah. And it's all good.
It's all good.
It is all
And
good.
it never
It's
feels
always
repetitive
funny
somehow.
to see Muppets falling.
But it's just never pointed out as like a rule. Here we go, rule of 3. Here's the 3rd fall or whatever. Like here we go again.
Right. It's
Right.
not.
Yeah.
It's
He's not saying. Yeah, he's
It's
not
not.
saying. Oh, not this again.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't say Actually, that's a myth. All right.
Right.
You know who doesn't think it's funny, though? Rizzo. Because he is absolutely fuming mad. That, like, they get up, Gonzo's chuckling. Rizzo says, I suppose you enjoyed that. And it's like, yeah, dude, he's your best friend. Like, you know he did. That's his main thing. Like,
Well, it's usually his main thing. This is his Charles Dickens form, but yeah, he can't help himself.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Like, we know that
Right.
Gonzo, as himself, likes falling from great heights, but we have not yet confirmed if Charles Dickens also enjoys falling from great heights.
Well, he
Well, but
enjoyed
he's
being
ve-
dragged through the sky behind the Ghost of Christmas Past, so
Yeah.
it's pretty similar.
right. Yeah. So I think we can assume that he does. I mean, he also doesn't catch Rizzo off of the gate.
Right.
Yeah, but that
Because
seemed like an
it's just
accident.
like, that's what you do. You
Like, he
jump.
planned on catching him. He wasn't like, I'm going to let him fall because he's going to see how much fun it is. Like, he's got his arms out.
I guess so, but then he just does that like very dryly cracks his neck and says,
Yeah.
missed.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he's like I'm so sorry. Oh man, I meant to catch. He's just like you hit the ground. That's what
It is,
happens.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, 'cause
falling.
to Gonzo, it's not a big deal.
That's right. Or to Charles
Yeah,
Dickens.
right.
Right.
No, that's right. Same guy.
Same guy. Yeah.
Gonzo. Most people don't know that Gonzo actually wrote Martin Chuzzlewit.
God, he really hates America. I didn't realize.
He does. He hates it so much. But anyways, these guys. Then we go back to these guys. Then we go back to the Ghost of Christmas Present and Scrooge. They are on a dark street, and as the ghost says, "I welcome you to Christmas morning," it fills up with both light and people, and I think that rules. I think that's so much fun.
It does, but here's something that I can never not think about. This guy is called the Ghost of Christmas Present, but he's not actually at any point showing Scrooge Christmas present, because real time for Scrooge right now is the middle of the night. And the stuff that the ghost is showing him is all the morning, maybe the early afternoon. So really, this guy should be called the Ghost of Christmas a few hours from now.
Yeah, but it's this Christmas though. Like, I think
But it's
that's
stuff
how
that
it
hasn't
means.
happened yet. And in fact, like the stuff at the Cratchit's house that we're going to see a little bit later, that's going to change because of this time travel and what Scrooge does differently.
Yeah, but you know why it's going to change? Because this year, to save himself from tears, Scrooge is going to give a turkey dinner to someone special.
Right.
No, Ryan, I'm with you. This has bothered me always.
Thank you.
And I literally, my first note on this scene, I just wrote, it's technically the future.
Yeah, it's a little bit in the future.
Yeah, right. So the Ghost of Christmas Present is just a big liar.
So let me ask you guys a question. Do you think the story would be better if his name was Ghost of Christmas Tomorrow, or alternately, if he just showed Scrooge 2 a.m.?
I
or
think
whatever time it is?
Just an empty street.
I think if his
Yeah.
name wasn't the Ghost of Christmas Present, but the ghost of the ghost of this Christmas, then you're like, great, we can travel anywhere we want during this Christmas. Like that. I'm not saying he should change his name because it's a better name, the Ghost of Christmas Present, but that at least,
Right.
or at least if he was like, well, my name's the Ghost of Christmas Present, but technically it's like this whole Christmas, it would be like, got it, moving on.
right.
You're
And
telling me
again,
that the Ghost of Christmas Present has to push his glasses up and be like, something for the nitpickers.
Well-
Cinema sins will catch me if I don't say that it's actually tomorrow. Like, that's what you want?
Actually,
It's absurd.
I'm the ghost of this entire Christmas. Okay.
people were selling pamphlets on the streets. They were literature sins. It was a big deal back then.
Literature.
No, I don't. Maybe the Ghost of Christmas today, but no, I do think that really readers of this book back then didn't think about time travel as much as we do now that like 10% of all entertainment is time travel stories.
Right.
So-
Every movie is about they came out with a big budget movie where Ryan Reynolds goes back in time to meet his dad, Mark Ruffalo, or something.
Oh,
And-
Yeah, I watched that. It was
Nobody
very bad.
remembered it. Like a month later, nobody remembered that
Yeah.
movie existed.
Also because
What's
it's
that called?
it's called the Atom Project, which is a terrible name.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my point. Is like you can make $100 million time travel movie and no one will notice. Like if they make $100 million time travel movie and no one notices, does it make a sound? Like, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
That's how oversaturated the market is, you know?
But no, I understand why Dickens named this character the Ghost of Christmas Present for simplicity, but it's just something I always think about.
Well, it's also like,
Yeah.
not to say that they should change the name, I'll let that sit, but like, he makes it clear that like, he is the ghost of Christmas, what's the year, 1841, whatever it is? 1843. He's the ghost of Christmas 1843. Like, he's got this whole Christmas. And Anthony, you know more about this than I do, but like, Christmas wasn't really like just one day, right? Like didn't they have like several days where they celebrate the whole Christmas celebration?
That's kind of earlier.
Oh, really?
That's more like the Henry VIII time, Elizabethan
Okay, that's
time.
fair enough.
Well, but does that go
that's-
into
that's like the whole
celebrating the
Christmas
12
part.
days, like all the way
12
to
days of
Epiphany?
Christmas,
Maybe he
yeah.
gets 12 whole
Yeah.
days
There
to
is-
hang around. To jump around in time.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend the PBS documentary "A Tudor Christmas" with Lucy Worsley, where she walks us through all 12 days of like Henry VIII's 12 days of Christmas
Wow,
celebration.
that's a lot of birds.
It's great. There's a men's choir who carry in a pig's head on a platter and sing, "Now we will present to you the boar's head with mustard." It is
Good.
it's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my whole
Oh
life.
man, you're selling
Wow.
it. You're selling it to me. Wow,
You gotta watch it. It's so good.
amazing.
Anyways, but yeah, that's like 300 years before this.
Huh.
You know.
Well, one of his brothers was,
So I think by now they're
the,
just down-
the ghost of Christmas present of that year. You know,
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He got the 12 days.
right? He,
He was there.
he got all 12 days. Yes.
He got to watch all the revelry. But in this one, they only get this day. And what do they do on this day? They sing the song "It Feels Like Christmas," and it rules. This is like, Ryan, we've said this, that throughout this podcast, you say every song is your favorite song in the movie.
Yeah, pretty much every time. Like, oh, maybe this is my favorite song from the movie. Yep, it happened again.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was going to say I haven't said it yet because this is definitely my favorite song in this movie.
Oh, okay.
I sing it all the time, all year
This
long.
is not only my favorite song in the movie; it's maybe my favorite Christmas song of all time.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
choice.
Sure is. I know it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
maybe
makes-
even more, maybe even more than One More Sleep. It just captures something about how nice it feels when it's Christmas time.
Right. You know, I agree. And like, also, I mean, we've talked about, like, we've already said this about Jerry Nelson, but like, what a gift that he's singing this like big exuberant song
Yeah.
in this movie with this great voice. Like, this isn't I mean, Jerry Nelson's very versatile, but this character voice isn't quite the same as any of his other big characters. It's like a little Pa Gorg, it's a little the Count, it's a little Floyd, but it's not really any of them.
Yeah, no,
you know?
you're right.
Question for you guys. I'm racking my brain thinking of every song from every Muppet movie. Is this the only song from a Muppet movie that is sung by a one-off Muppet, not counting, I guess, Constantine and Muppets Most Wanted, who technically could come back if they really wanted to. But like, is this the only one? Like, we have human
I
characters
guess-
that sing, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything. I mean, yeah, because Treasure Island doesn't have anything where like Polly Lobster and Clueless Morgan sing.
Right.
There are
Really,
there are
like, they're-
group
Yeah,
they're
not
members,
kind
but
of
they're
group
not the
members.
only
I guess
ones
my point.
singing.
My
Yeah.
point is like you said, you know, it's such a gift to hear Jerry Nelson sing the song.
Oh no, it's not though. It's not though. No, it's not though, because Bill Beretta as the whatever Gonzo sings Celebration.
Oh, okay.
in
Well,
Muppets from
yeah, right.
Space.
The Uber Gonzo, yeah, in Muppets from Space.
But it's it's
Yeah.
a whole number.
But that's kind of
it's
a group number too,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Whole
Does he
song.
sing the whole song?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
but,
the lead
but
singer.
but this is two.
But
This has
my point-
all
Well,
white
yeah,
guys
my point
singing
really is,
a
like,
cup of kindness that you share with
this
another.
became like a like just such a great spotlight of not just like, oh, we get this great Jerry Nelson character, but like it's really just Jerry singing a song, you know, like you can listen to it
Right.
like
Yeah.
through that lens and just be like, yeah, this is just Jerry, like maybe like a
Yeah.
half a register lower than his normal singing voice.
Right.
Just
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if you compare it to his album, True Road Daydreams, it's not that different.
Very
the sound
similar.
yeah,
vocally.
man, what a gift.
Well, and
Yeah.
Well, and I think that that's part of why this character is so beloved in this movie, is that even if you don't know the name Jerry Nelson, this sounds like a Muppet. It sounds like characters did on the Muppet Show who sang songs, or were in, kind of sounds like Big Tiny Tall Saddle or whatever, right? And so you just like have this idea that this is one of the things Muppets sound like, which is obviously not the case with Christmas Past, who doesn't look or sound like a Muppet. And then here comes this guy who both looks and sounds like a Muppet. And it's just like, it's a brand new Muppet character that's also a very faithful take on the character from the book. And that's remarkable.
Yeah.
Any other performer might have tried to lean into that Muppetiness a little bit more and made him like a bit broader, or I mean, for the singing voice, I mean, but like a bit broader, a bit sillier or whatever. But instead, it's really like it's a straight, joyful Christmas song. That like on its own, it's just like a genuine, like listenable song that you don't have to think about. Like, okay, remember that it's from a Muppet movie, so you can kind of get over the hump of like, yeah, it's a little silly, or it's a little bit more for kids, or whatever it is. Like, it's just good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I do think though too that, I mean, you're right. Like if this was Frank Oz singing it, who's obviously a brilliant performer, it would be much more of a character voice. Impossible to imagine Frank Oz singing like in his own natural voice ever.
And for it to come across with the same kind of earnestness.
Sincerity, yeah.
It's kind of an interesting counterpart or companion to When Love Is Gone, because that one kind of encapsulates the darkness of the movie, which is something we think about a lot. And this one encapsulates the happiness of the movie. And it's kind of the other turning point of Scrooge's journey. Right.
But as we talked about, he doesn't sing this song alone. The streets are filled with characters. We see like a whatnot lady and a penguin in a fancy hat.
Yeah, and who are the first voices? The first voice we hear singing the song is not the ghost. The first voices we hear are Bobby Benson's baby band.
Yeah!
I love it.
I don't think we've talked about them on this podcast before, have we?
Oh, well, they were. Yeah, we have, because they're at the wedding.
Well, the babies are. Bobby Benson's
they're at Piggy's wedding.
Well, Bobby Benson is
there. He's just not sitting by the baby.
Really? They're not all together, and they're not. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, this choir of babies who was seen as a band on the Muppet Show a few times.
And this is something so there's a few lines. I mean, you already had my wife Sarah on this podcast, so you've already talked about a lot of this stuff. But like, Sarah and I have watched this movie together many times, and this is one of those things that we repeat a lot, even when we're not watching the movie, which is the first notes, which is the baby's going.
Yep,
it's great. They're just screaming.
Yeah, it's a great start.
I love it.
They're very funny. One of them is holding some kind of like shaker or some kind of noise-making instrument and hits the other one next to it in the face, and that one falls down. So it's just a great way to kick off this song. And also, Bobby Benson has his trademark cigarette stuck in his mouth.
Wait. I'm a parent of two children. I have two small children, ages 4 and 8. And I'm concerned that if my kids watch Muppet Christmas Carol and see Bobby Benson, a scummy man who no one cares about, smoking a cigarette on screen, they will decide that it is a good idea to smoke a cigarette for fun. Right. What can be done about this? What can we do?
You can contact
so my children don't.
You can contact 1 million moms and get all 1 million of them to write a letter to Disney Plus and have them digitally remove a cigarette for a character that we see from behind for about 4 seconds.
Right.
It's wild.
A character.
So we should be clear. We should state for the record that is what happened.
That did happen.
Disney Plus.
Did somebody?
The cigarette
has been digitally
moms. No, I don't know about that. I just mean like the cigarette is gone.
Somebody made the
Disney
decision to digitally erase the cigarette from the Disney Plus version.
The most beloved character in this movie, Bobby Benson.
Right, that's the thing. Like,
is now seen without his signature.
Kids are gonna think, "Oh, that's
tobacco
a
cigarette
character that I love. I want to model his behavior." That's character is obviously very important.
I mean,
and sympathetic and presented as
here's
a
the
good
thing.
role model. I want to do that.
We can definitely do our very best to make sure that kids are not witnessing an unlit cigarette. But I'm very grateful that we got to keep in the fact that there's this guy who definitely kidnapped these kids, right? Like he definitely like these kids are not like they're like he's not their dad, you know?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Reminder that in the Victor Borga episode of The Muppet Show, he has to find a series of babysitters for them because he has been arrested.
Oh, yeah.
Actual premise of an episode of The Muppet Show.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah,
Muppets are
great
great,
stuff.
you guys. I love those things.
Yeah. But well,
It's so true.
And just to like conclude this conversation, maybe I think there must be some kind of little warning when you start playing this movie on Disney Plus. I don't know, like scary images or whatever, but all they have to do.
Oh, the little corner one.
Yeah, all they had to do is just like stick a, it contains tobacco use warning, and that would
Right.
show up for a second and go away, and they didn't have to cut anything out of the movie.
There's a movie on Disney Plus called The Muppet Movie.
Yes.
And in this film, Kermit and Piggy drink wine with a straw.
Right.
And, like, that's a thing that children would be more likely to actually do, I
That's
think.
probably
Did
true.
they?
You know what I mean?
Did they?
Like,
They haven't digitally erased
No,
cigarettes.
no, of
but
course
they haven't
not.
erased cigarettes out of the Muppet movie, right?
are there cigarettes in the Muppet
Well,
movie?
yeah, because we
I feel
did
like
find.
El Salizo there.
Yeah, when
probably
we
are.
did that season of the podcast, I found a news article from the 80s or 90s, maybe, where somebody found a list of like movies where the productions had received money from the tobacco industry in exchange for showing their products on screen, basically. And the Muppet movie was one of them.
Was the
So,
Muppet movie.
yeah, there is tobacco.
I think
Use
Doc
on
Hopper
screen in the
has
Muppet movie.
like a cigarette in a cigarette holder at some point. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm maybe making that up.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I don't know. So, here's a good trivia question to give to your friends next time you're coming up with good trivia questions. What does Bobby Benson's cigarette and Daryl Hannah's butt have in common?
They were both banned from Disney Plus.
Digitally.
Didn't I just see a
deleted.
headline, though, that they restored Daryl Hannah's
It's back,
original
baby.
appearance?
Well,
It's back.
They got Deadpool. They got Deadpool on Disney Plus. And if you can show the movie Deadpool, then you can show Daryl Hannah's butt.
Correct.
yeah.
That's my opinion.
It's so arbitrary what they decide. Like, and because then, the entire Get Back series is on Disney Plus, and the Beatles are
That
smoking
has-
constantly in that, and spouting off every obscenity known to man. So
Right. But I really enjoy that George Harrison calls Brian Epstein Mr. Epstein, even though he'd been dead for several years at that point.
sure, seems.
He's like nothing's been the same since Mr. Epstein died or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that in there.
Respectful.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. All right. Well, this movie, Muppet Christmas Carol, also features, as we talked about, some other characters besides the Ghost of Christmas Present get to sing. We see some whatnots start singing, a cup of kindness that we share with another, a sweet reunion with a friend or a brother. And when we get the sweet reunion, it's a whatnot lady giving a wreath to who? Who gets a wreath in this movie, guys?
It's Mr. Curly Twirly.
Say-
Yeah, that's who it is.
Mr. Curly Twirly!
Mr.
Yeah!
Jared's
Curly
favorite.
Twirly.
That's Jared's favorite.
Curly
He's not
Twirly.
here, but it's like he's here in spirit.
Oh, it really
He's
feels
got-
like he is.
It's like
yeah.
Jared's here with us
He's
now
got that jaunty top hat.
because
I'm so grateful that Jared has this love of Mr. Curly Twirly because he's one of those characters that, like, not in a million years would I have known his name. Not in a million. You could have told me.
Yeah, I
I
don't
would have been
know.
like, yeah, I'll
You
remember
might-
that.
you
And I
might-
never would have. But because Jared has this fascination with this nothing of a character with such a stupid name, it is imprinted. It lives rent free right here on my brain.
right. And then what I also love about this is there's like after he gets the wreath from some lady, he dances around with the beggar,
Right.
that guy with like a long nose and
Yeah, it kind of looks like a
little,
witch. A little bit. Like a cartoon
goatee.
witch.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of looks like a witch with a goatee. And there's like a great two shot of the two of them, the two real stars of this movie,
Yeah.
if you will, the beggar and Mr. Curly.
They're best friends.
Together for Christmas.
Yeah.
hmm And then we end on, I was so disappointed, you guys, because we end with the ghost and he gets that like soaring, joyful, "It is the season of the heart, a special time of caring, the ways of love made clear." And that'd be perfect. That'd be the perfect spot to end, but it doesn't end because then he says, "And it is," and we don't know what it is.
What is it?
I have a few ideas.
We'll never know.
It is. It is.
What is
He was
it?
going to sing. It is also Hanukkah. Everybody, happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, Mr. Hooper.
Happy Hanukkah, Mr. Hooper.
I did have something to say about the moment right before this when the ghost sings, "It is the season of the heart." He has this like very brief moment where he taps Scrooge on the chest, like kind of like rubs his chest a little bit, like just showing him where the heart is. And I thought that's like just like a really tender little bit of
That's right.
little
That's
bit
right.
of business from who's in the costume. I'm sure you talked about this last week.
Don Austin.
Don Austin. Good job, Don
Austin.
That's
Austin.
his name. Yeah.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Also, I was curious about some of the characters that were like popping in the backgrounds, because like you can see Muppets popping in the window, and I didn't see anything that was like that exciting. But because I was kind of going through it frame by frame for that, I noticed that in that moment, two penguins skate by like through the frame, and they're not walking, like because there's other characters that are walking, like they literally skate by. So that raises the question: is this part of the annual skating party that they would have done probably the night before?
Oh. They had so much fun. They came back and did more skating.
Or maybe the skating party is
2
like
days of
48
annual
hours
skating.
long. I don't know. I don't know the rules.
Oh, it could be. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. You never know.
It's a festival.
So it's like two penguins skate by, and then it's two rabbits, presumably two of the rabbits from like Bunny Picnic or something. And then there's this like kid, this human kid who walks by. And I don't know if you guys are looking at the video right now. I would love your input. I'm like, he's carrying something. And I don't know what this is. It looks like, at first I thought it was like a cello.
Let me pull it up.
Because it's big. And then it's like, but it's thinner than a cello and maybe wrapped in something.
This is right at the end?
It's
This is right at the end, or
just
where?
before he says, "And it is."
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Ah. Ooh.
What is that
Yeah,
thing?
it does look like some sort of instrument.
What is that thing? That's what I
pretty
thought. I thought it was an
big.
instrument.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I thought because it looks like he's carrying it like you would carry a cello or a bass.
Right,
That's the only
right.
reason I
It
think
definitely looks like some sort of string instrument with a long
Yeah.
neck.
I mean, it could be like,
But
I don't know,
can't-
like
I
something
can't
like
see
the
it.
equivalent of a Christmas tree that's wrapped so you can get it home, but it doesn't look like a Christmas
right.
tree.
It does look like it's wrapped.
What
And
is
so I
that
guess
thing?
Maybe. Well,
And it is.
but the bottom of it doesn't
looped.
look like the body of a cello.
No. Like, because here's the thing. If this
No, it
was
doesn't.
like, I don't know, a Scorsese film, they're filming on the streets of New York City and someone's carrying a weird thing, I'd be like, well, that's weird. I wonder what that could have been. But like, this is a closed set. Someone, like a prop master, gave something to this child and said, carry this as you pass through the scene. This was a deliberate move. And I have no clue what that thing is supposed to be.
Right. No, you're right. I don't either.
Yeah, I'm trying
All right, well,
to picture what that would
listeners,
look
if you
like
can tell,
unwrapped, but
please-
I don't know.
listeners, if you know what that is, please let us know. Maybe it's something British. We've had some. We'll talk about this. We just talked about some of this stuff last week, but we have some very helpful British listeners who have helped us understand some of the finer.
Oh, yeah,
points in
great.
this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's some sort of pudding.
So,
Pudding could be
Maybe-
anything in Britain. I don't.
Yes, it's some cello. Cello pudding. Not
Yes,
to be
it's
confused with
cello.
jello pudding.
it's cello pudding. Wow.
Oh, it's right there, and it is cello
It's just
pudding.
It's just
That's
the Charles Foster Kane slow clap gif right now. Let's see. And it is. No, actually, what I think he says is, and it is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to.
There it is.
You guys remember that? Fresh Prince? That's
Loved
pretty
his
good.
antics.
Yeah.
Jeffrey was British too, just like Ebenezer Scrooge.
right.
Oh, wow.
So it actually does.
Uncle
fit.
Phil was
It
rich,
actually
just
makes
like
sense.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Did they ever do a
That's
Christmas Carol
right.
episode of that show? It seems like the kind of sitcom that would do that
Yeah.
episode.
I don't think that they did.
Huh.
They have they did a few they did a lot of Christmas episodes.
Mhm.
One is like Will doesn't know what to get Carlton. It's like he feels like he can't get him a good present because he's not rich. But the best one is when baby Nicky had his baptism and Boys to Men sing Silent Night at baby Nicky's
That's right.
baptism.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That episode. Also, Carlton drives into the living room in a tiny car.
Oh.
So, season 4, Fresh Prince Christmas Ep. That's the best one in my opinion.
Muppets Haunted Mansion star Alfonso Ribeiro.
That's right.
Yeah.
He played a bust or a ghost. A ghost.
I think it was a
can't
ghost.
remember.
Yeah.
A ghost. Yeah. So that brings us down to the end of this clip. Do either of you have anything else before we close? Joe, I'll start with you.
I don't think anything important. I had a few notes that don't really matter about the babies. I think we talked about them a little bit too much, so we could just move on. I don't know. Just generally, this song, and we're going to talk about this song a little bit more next week, but like, this song's so good. I friggin' love this song. That's all. I want to talk about that for another hour, so let's do that next week.
All right.
Well,
Ryan, anything?
I will also talk more about my thing next week, but just again to appreciate the sets here, this number we really get a good look at these London streets, and it makes me want to hang out here. Like, we see some humans that are just kind of standing around or walking around, and even some Muppets that are just hanging around. I just want to be in this scene, in this movie, just watching everything happen. So I'm thinking there are these Wizarding World of Harry Potter lands at the Universal Studios parks. J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, kind of a horrible person. Nobody likes her anymore. I know this would be impossible because they're never going to build a Muppet-related thing at a Universal park, but they should replace the Wizarding World of Harry Potter with the caroling world of Muppet Christmas. It would still look similar to the Diagon Alley stuff at those theme parks. They would just, add Muppets sticking their heads out of windows and stuff like that. So that's what I want to see. I want to live in this movie.
If they can't get the rights to the Muppets for that, they should just make it like Dickens Land, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Public domain.
Public
baby.
domain.
Victorian England.
Kids
land.
love it.
Yeah. And then just make some kind of massive budget, like make a Fast and Furious movie where they time travel back to Dickens times.
Who wouldn't watch that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ebenezer Scrooge is already in one of Universal's most beloved films, Jaws: The Revenge.
Right.
So,
yes.
There you go. There's the connection.
Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah. So, I think that's just about the end.
Hold on.
But before we go,
Whoa,
Joe,
What?
Guys. So here's the thing.
What?
You're doing a whole podcast, the whole year celebrating Christmas with this Muppet Christmas Carol thing. So I decided I wanted to do a little something special for the two of you, because even though today that we're recording this is not Christmas, it feels like Christmas. So I got you both a little.
We're getting there.
I got
like
you both a little
Christmas.
something. You should have in your respective homes. You should have a small box or a bag that has a small box in it.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to
I
get
have
those out.
something wrapped in bubble wrap.
Great.
I have something in a red Christmas bag
Well,
here. I don't know if that was what Roz is doing. Or yours.
I would love for you to both take out your gifts. You can remove them.
Okay.
You're gonna have to try to time how you with opening them, because you got the same thing. So, oh yes, you're both wrapped in bubble wrap.
Oh yeah, that looks.
we got the same thing.
And
All right, I
you
won't look at-
obviously plan this in advance, because I have been told by my wife and previous podcast guest Stacy that this has been in our house for months now.
Yes. Once when you guys decided to start this podcast, I was like, I have a great idea, and I sent these to your respective wives, and I said, please keep these secret. So they've had them for months. And they've done a great job.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you to Stacy and to Roz for helping with this little gifty thing.
Yeah. Okay. So mine is unwrapped.
Sure, okay.
It's out of the
Mine
bubble
is-
wrap.
Are you
Oh,
opening it?
did you unwrap yours already?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Open
Yes.
it, Ryan.
Okay. Do it.
Well,
What'd you
I can't
get?
believe it. All right, so I think we. Wait, Ryan. I think we got to count it down. All right, 3, 2, 1,
and we just got a free watch.
Got a free watch. There it is.
Close enough.
So these are for the listeners. These are the actual free watches that came with the Muppet movie. I got the Muppet movie. Did you get Caper?
I got
Ryan?
the Great Muppet Caper, yeah.
And it's the free watches that came with the VHS clamshell cases in the 90s from the famous commercial with Fozzie Bear that
Extremely
everyone
famous.
knows and talks about all the time.
New from Jim Henson Video. 2 classic Muppet movies, each with a special offer.
It's time to meet the Muppets. That's us. It's time to join the crew. That's it. It's time for Muppet Magic and a special gift for you. We've got the Muppet movie, the Great Muppet Caper too, and you can get a free watch.
Did you say get a free watch?
Yes, we said get a free watch. When you see the sign, it's Muppet time, especially for you.
For a limited time, you can get a free watch with each Muppet movie on video from Jim Henson Video. Rated G.
And that we have mentioned on the podcast too many times.
Well, I don't think we've mentioned it this season, and I'm so happy that we had a reason to now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes. Well, I'm very grateful that you guys didn't already have them because
No, I've never seen one.
I don't know what happened to mine from 30 years ago, so yeah.
So on the back, do you want to read the back, Ryan?
This, by the way, these are still in the box.
These are we should
I
say
think
that these are in the box.
watches,
It says
Yes,
it's
they're
a
in the box.
it's
It's not
a-
just the free watch.
Mine is a yellow box. Anthony's is purple. It looks like it says free watch. The watch is in there on the. Oh, it says not for resale. So these are
Not for
these are
resale.
absolutely the ones
That's right.
that came.
Joe acquired these illegally.
Right, they came packaged with those VHS tapes. On the back, it says free Muppet watch, $9.99 value,
$9.99
Whoa.
value.
exclusive
Seems like
design.
way too much. Exclusive design. And on the Muppet Movie Watch, you can see these on Muppet Wiki, I'm sure, but I've never seen them. Here's what you got. You got Kermit in the middle, wearing a director's hat and holding a megaphone, like during the Magic Store. And Fozzie is holding a clapboard. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, clapper.
He has sunglasses on, and then the Hollywood sign is there, and then Piggy just has her hand up to her forehead, and then Kermit again, same picture in a slightly different pose. Gonzo holding balloons. Ralph with some red dots in front of his face for some reason. Oh, those are probably the notches for the size. And then
Is he being hunted by the
Ralph
predator?
and a camera.
Is that what that is?
Yes, Ralph. Man, I would watch it.
Remember
I
that
would
part.
watch it. Yeah. What does yours have on the bag?
Yeah, well,
Ryan?
it has the middle where the face is Kermit in his trench coat holding a magnifying glass, and then on the band is Scooter holding a diamond. It doesn't really look like the baseball diamond, but I guess that's what it's supposed to be. Then there is the tower where Big Ben is, and then Kermit again. Miss Piggy peeking out from behind a curtain. Gonzo taking a picture with the flashbulb on his camera, and Fozzie looking kind of distraught, holding a pencil up to his mouth, and he's holding a notepad that says notes on it. So
My favorite thing about this is that Kermit is holding a magnifying glass, you said?
yeah.
That's not something Kermit does.
his signature
in the movie, The Great
magnifying
Muppet
glass,
Caper.
of course.
No, but I guess it kind of like
someone described the
He's on the
movies
case
to
yeah.
the artist.
yeah, it's sort of representative of the movie, though. They are solving a mystery.
Yeah.
So
That's true. And man, I can't believe this. We did, Joe.
I
Thank
I
you.
can't believe that you found them new in the box. That's
You in the box.
I can't believe it
a
either.
Free watch.
I really
Yeah.
hope that this will still
Could
work,
get a free watch.
because I really
Yeah,
want
I'm
to.
not taking my.
I really want to
batteries in
take
them.
it out, yeah, and try putting a new battery in it.
I'm gonna put it on my shelf at school, right next to my Ookla the Mock tape.
Oh, great.
And on one side of my Ookla the Mock tape, and on the other side, my Raiders of the Lost Ark Laserdisc.
So you're gonna leave it in the box?
Leave it in the box.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to think about it.
Look, you guys do whatever you want with it. Like I said, I just want to do something nice for Christmas, and because you guys put so much work into this podcast, you deserve a little something back. So now you
Thank
got
you.
some free watches.
So
Did you
when
the
you
joke has come
get
full
a
circle.
free watch?
yes, he said got a free watch.
Yes, I gave you a free watch. Just
I love to get a free watch.
Joe went on eBay.
except
and
you bought
found
it
a
on
free
eBay and it
watch.
wasn't
When
free.
you see the sign, when you see the sign, It's Muppet time, especially for me and Ryan. Thanks, Joe.
Yay!
Wow.
Merry
That's the
Christmas,
last.
everybody.
That's
Thank
the
you,
last
Joe.
line of the commercial. When
Thank
see
you,
the
Santa
sign, it's
Joe.
Muppet time, especially for you. Yeah, that's the greatest. That's the greatest, man. That rules.
Joe,
That's-
the ghost of this Christmas present.
This was the Christmas, but excuse me, guys. It's November 30th, so it's not even Christmas. So maybe the ghost isn't even here yet because he only comes here in the future.
All right, give me the
or
watch back.
whatever. No, this rules. This is so good. I didn't get you anything. I
Of
didn't
course
get
you did.
anything for
You gave
Christmas,
me
Joe.
this whole podcast.
That's true. All right. Well, in that case, we should probably end this one. But we'll be back next time with another one. In the meantime, listeners, you can always find toughpigs.com on the website toughpigs.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Twitter does not seem to be going away as of this
Twitter for
recording.
now.
So it's still there for today, November 30th, 2022.
We're also
You can
on
follow us-
Hive Social now.
We are on the hiviest of Hive Social. You can actually follow me on Hive Social because I locked down at Zeppo Marxist. I haven't done a thing with it, but
Oh,
I felt kind of bad when someone else snatched it up on Twitter. So if you happen to be a Hive person, eventually I'll be posting some nonsense about old movies, I'm sure.
oh, good.
But in the meantime, you can follow Ryan on Twitter at @MeRyanRowe. You can follow Ryan on Letterboxd at MoviesAreNeat. And you can follow me on Letterboxd also at Zeppo Marxist, where I post nonsense about old movies. Joe, where can the fans find Joe Hennes on the line?
You can find me on eBay bidding on old Muppet watches. You can actually find me on all the Tough Pigs socials, as you mentioned. I won't mention them again. I'm Joe Hennes on Twitter for now. I'm Tough Pigs Joe on Instagram, and I'm just like hanging out at the pizza shop. So come say hey
You're just hanging out at the pizza shop.
at all of them.
right.
Yes.
I'll have a slice.
And he throw it. Hey, Mikey, throw me a ninja slice.
Do you like
from Turtles
penicillin
2.
on your pizza?
That's a reference to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies from the early 90s.
It's true. It's all true. And you can, listeners, you can give us a positive review on your podcatcher of choice. You can tell us how much you also love Turtles 2. And you can tell your friends that they should also watch Turtles 2, get a free watch, and listen to Moving Right Along. We'll be back next week with another episode. Goodbye!
Bye.
And you can get a free one.